you, sir. First of all, for anyone that has done any kind of work, काम करने में अलग लेवल का तेल निकल जाता है. So I would really like to thank the organizers for pulling something like this. I think it is very important to acknowledge the people behind the scenes whose faces are never out there, but only they know the kind of effort it takes. I would also like to thank sir for, as much as ideas are important, spaces for the ideas are important. So thanks to EDI for helping set this up. With that, let me give some very quick opening comments on the subject itself. When we talk of cultural economy, what is it that makes Indian culture unique in the context of economics? I would like to start with 3-4 very simple examples. How India is different culturally from most other nations. First, India is the only country where wealth is officially worshipped. It is very, very rare in any other cultures, nations, religions, where you have an equivalent of Lakshmi Devi. In India, we not just have Lakshmi Devi, but we have 8 different forms of Lakshmi. Akshalakshmi, Lakshmi. So we are not just worshipping money or wealth, we are worshipping other resources you could gather. Dhanya Lakshmi ho sakta hai, Santana Lakshmi ho sakta hai. So I think we really need to acknowledge that we are different from the world because we are a nation that not just respects but worships wealth. Second, the idea of Shubh Labh exists only in India. These two words are inseparable. Shubh mane good, fortunate. Labh matlab profit. Please understand that the rest of the world is struggling between doing good and creating profit. We were the only people who believe that doing good and creating profits are inseparable and go hand in hand. That is another asset that India has. Third, we talk of Dan Punya as a form of regular culture. While the world is now talking about carbon credits and CSR and this and that, the idea about creating wealth in India has always been to take it as a responsibility, not as a right. So, aapne chahe, you see, I come originally from UP. The poorest of a Pansari, a grocer, he will have a katori of water outside in summer, कि the birds can come and drink water. Something as basic as that. Usse utna hi hota hai, wo kar raha hai. And then you have the Tatas and Birlas and this and that have built townships, temples, dharmshalas, whatever. We did not need a McKinsey consultant or the World Bank to come and tell us wealth is created and oh, by the way, you could also do good on the side. It was part of the nature of creating wealth and the objective of creating wealth. And finally, I think if you look at the 2 pre-existing models, capitalism is basically about consumption. Communism is basically about frugality. If you look at it, these are 2 extreme goals. Capitalism says कि जितना खा सकते हो खा लो, जितना पहन सकते हो पहन लो, जितना खर्चा कर सकते हो कर लो. Communism says don't do any of it, the state will decide for you. Each of these are extremist models and I don't think we live in a world of extremism. The Indian idea of wealth or the dharmic idea of wealth was a culture of preservation. What do you do with your money? You build, you preserve, you invest. And if you look at these ideas of worshipping Lakshmi, of Shubh Labh, of Dan Punya, any of these ideas, these are very strong ideas. These are ideas that the world is waking up to today. Today you have Warren Buffett and Mark Zuckerberg saying and Bill Gates saying we will do the giving pledge. This is happening in this century. Right? The exact same things have happened. The question is, why don't we claim this? Why don't we as Indians claim this as a strength that we can export? Right? You see, if you talk to anybody who works in import-export business, they will tell you that the and then you have ideas. Ideas are the most valuable, even in the world of business, even in the world of economics. And we've had some very strong ideas to export. Why have we not been able to do this? I believe it is a lack of ambition. Each of us continue to subsidize ourselves. It has gotten considerably ingrained. Interestingly, you talked about temples and temples gold serving. When Christopher Columbus left on his voyage, he needed to gather money from the king and queen. So he wrote this thing called the letter of first intent. As we all know, वो इंडिया ढूंढने के लिए निकला था, भारत ढूंढने के लिए निकला था, बाई चांस उसको अमेरिका मिल गया. He thought कि वही इंडिया है, इसलिए उनको रेड इंडियंस घूमने लगा. When he outlined why he needs money, why he needs budgets and funding to look for India, in that letter, this is available in his own handwriting on the web. You can Google this up. He said, I want to go to India. He said, no, this is the Lord's journey, God's journey and all of that. वो बोलना ही पड़ता है. But the word Lord and God has come just once in that letter. The word gold has come 17 times. People across the world believe that he went to spread the word of God. But वो खुद ही नहीं बोल रहे कि मैं God का word spread करने जा रहा हूँ. वो खुद बोल रहा है वहाँ पे gold है, 17 बार बोल रहा है. Right? What has happened between then and now? Centuries of brutal assault, barbarians, colonizers, etc., etc. Because of which I think we suffer from some kind of collective PTSD, post-traumatic stress. And we are just emerging out of it. We have ourselves seen it. My father had to buy one Bajaj Chetak, back in the day. 1.5 साल का line लगता था to get one Bajaj Chetak. We used to go, my brother and I, cycle पे राशन की line में. कोई भरोसा नहीं कि कब आगे क्या मिल गया, क्या नहीं मिला. कभी चावल out है, कभी तेल out है. Coming out of that takes a very different. It affects you psychologically in many ways, which each of us are now getting out of. Now I believe we have to be very intentional about saying that, look, our self-worth is not what colonizers told us it was. Our self-worth is what we had for the last thousands of centuries, that is inside us. Nobody else needs to tell us we are great. I hope that through conversations like these, we are able to collectively build the confidence that has been shattered for no reasons that, we didn't do anything for that confidence to be shattered. But we can do something for that confidence to be rebuilt. The idea of, we need to be very strong and say, because you don't tell us what wealth means. You don't tell us what economics means. We are the only civilization that worships Lakshmi Devi. We know what we are learning today. And with that hope, I hope each of you, all of your intellectuals, academicians, I hope each of you find your voice where instead of being apologetic, instead of dealing from a point of weakness, we deal in the conversation with a point of ambition, with a point of strength. And that in itself will change a lot of perceptions and will change the way India is looked at and the way we look at ourselves. With that, I